I think you should still do it.
It's just really super late. There's no urgency to this. I can do it in the next one. It's late. Right? It's late.
Okay, this is a question for you out there. Would you like to hear the report on disaster response in Metchosin tonight or at another time and we can do it earlier? Just give me a general.
Yeah. Will there ever be another time when we can do it?
Well, I gotta move to have my public works meetings moved earlier sometimes, at least sometimes.
That would be fair.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing urgent in the just information, so.
Okay, well, first of all, I'll ask if there are any additions to the agenda. I think we're all in favor, so we'll just move along. So, okay, so I'll let you off the hook just this once. But could you?
Not the second time.
Yeah. So, but would you mind just coming up and just giving one little short description of that shiny new vehicle that there is parked in your yard down there?
Stephanie Dunlop, Fire Chief, 4440 Happy Valley Road. I remember. So yes, we'd like to say thank you very much. On behalf of the entire fire department, thank you for our new fire truck that arrived last night. Yes, so we have it's a 4-wheel drive, 1,000 gallons. So it's a type 1/type 2 fire engine. And she's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Does it have a name yet?
No, that's not. Engine 9, so it will replace our 32-year-old engine that we have out back.
Have you driven?
It just got insured today, so it did do a couple of runs around, but it won't be in service for a good week or two. We have to get everyone trained up on the pumps and get gear on it and that sort of thing. Yeah, so thank you very much.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome to come down and check it out and go for a fire engine. I think we have their little coming out tomorrow, maybe.
Great.
So.
I inspected the chassis today.
Well done.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think. All right, public participation.
Nicole Sheegan, 5340 Levon Road. Councillor, I don't know if this might be a total stretch, but I have noticed that the cell phone tower that was placed out on Beecher Bay, a hill out on Beecher Bay, at night, the lights on the cell phone tower are just crazy bright. And I know that it's not in Metchosin, so the dark sky policy doesn't, extend, I don't believe, to Chanu, the community there. But speaking with one of your fellow councillors, the idea came up that there might be a way of the lights being modified, and I don't know if this would be a pain to explore the possibility, but if there's some way that the lights on that doggone cell phone tower could get dimmed or modified, that would be awesome. I'm guessing it would be a total stretch, but just wanted to raise it.
We might be able to check with Rogers on that.
It's
their tower.
Yeah. Thanks.
Just as background, Councillor, there is technology that allows, if you go deep into this, it allows the lights to be off until there's an airplane in the area, and then they can turn on again. It's pricey, but they also have shading as well, so you can put something that prevents it from seeing from the ground, but also at a certain level. So it's used with wind farms from time to time. So yeah.
Thanks.
Councillor Ebb? I don't think we have a dark sky policy. I think at one time we received a dark sky award. It's that plaque there, but I don't think we have an actual policy. But that would be something to put on our list.
Well, that doesn't cover Beecher Bay.
It's an orientation manual.
Patty Whitehouse, 5311 Rocky Point Road. Speaking of the same cell phone tower, do we have an update yet about when the rest of us are going to get cell service from that tower?
I don't know. I think we don't really. This isn't really question and answer, but what the heck, Mary Little? I think you were looking into that.
Yeah, Susan Tarnowski and I have had meetings with TELUS They say it's going to be in the next little while. There's also going to be, there is a proposal for a cell phone tower at Royal Bay, which of course won't help people at the other end of Metchosin, but that will help people within the Duke Road area. And they also have, I can't remember the name of it, but spot mechanisms that they can add to specific communities as well. With that tower that's at Beecher Bay, it is imminently in the next 6 months. I think 3. Well, I know. This is what it's there. It just has it's more than flipping a switch, is what they told us. It's a lot of work.
I understand that, but they also told us that about, I think it was about 9 months ago. And from the sounds of it, Port Renfrew's going to be getting cell service before we do, even though the tower has been off for considerable length of time. We might point out to tell us that this is not good PR for them, not good marketing. When others have service from that tower, but TELUS customers do not. Thank you.
Here's the dark sky policy here.
So, Alison Leduc, Darien Place. Just the question about the light on the tower. I'm not a birder and I'm not an expert on this, but I do understand that lights that are shining up actually interfere with migratory birds, and you can end up with a lot of dead migratory birds from such lights. So if you're looking into it, please.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. There's, wind turbines have been the source of blame for a lot of bird deaths. But it's interesting, anything that's perched in the sky as a tower, a building, whatever, they have the same impacts. But, and there's things you can do. Not familiar with cell phone towers, though, but yeah, no.
So it was actually the light that apparently, because in downtown, like skyscrapers, you end up with a lot of birds, and they actually have crews that go out and collect dead birds that have run into, and it's hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of birds that are killed every year because they get trapped in these, sort of the light circle around lights when they're migrating. And so I think that's the same would happen here. If you have a big bright light and it's always on, you could end up with lights, birds not being able to get out of that circle of light.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Good evening. Lonnie Gruber, 11 Neil Road. I'm just curious, Councillor Rapp, about road maintenance. Do the crews spot problems and then act upon the list themselves? Or do they have to come back to the office or the councillors and get their work plans made, or how does it work? The reason I ask is because on our road, there's been some water problems, and the gravel on the side of the road is way lower than the pavement. And now on one side of the road, the pavement is starting to deteriorate. And it's sad because we just had that road paved not long ago. Now on the side where the mailboxes are, it's about this much difference, which is horrendous because that allows more water to run. And so consequently, I'm just wondering how it all works. I don't know, maybe it's someone like myself saying, excuse me, we need this done. I don't know. And that's what I'm curious about.
Well, they do go around and check out what they can, and they do respond to residents. But I think our CAO has an answer for you, I hope.
So what the crew does is they do visually check out the roads, and they make a list because the process is that they're not going to have a contractor come out and just do repair just one area. So they'll have a list and which will be prioritized, and that's when they'll come before council for a set amount of money. But that will be to cover the priorities that they have identified as highest priority. So that's how the process goes.
Okay.
Yeah, but they do regular assessment on the roads. I'm now fully aware of every dips because I did go out for a drive with them last week, so I'm fully aware of the dips and where the gravel had washed out with shoulders to high. I learned that last week. I didn't know which high shoulder meant, so.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Is there anyone else for public participation? All right then. And you know what, that cell phone tower, every time we get one of those flowery emails from Rogers or TELUS, I always respond, we don't have coverage. And, you know, and they'll come back, we'll go back and forth for a while, and then when they realize that I'm not going to say you guys are great and love you, they just kind of disappear and stop responding is what they do. It's very annoying. Talk to them at conferences and stuff, and for, well, all last term, every time I saw them, I'd bring it up or email them, and you know, maybe one of these days, years, decades. Anyway, we'll get going then. Could I have a motion to the adopt of the minutes of January 16th?
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Shukin, seconded by Councillor Gray. All in favor? And then we have, oh, what do we don't have anything else. Look at that. Councillor update. Well, I won't go through all my update at this point in the evening. I don't really want to add anything to your night, so I think we will just move on to adjournment. Oh, one thing I did want to say about the Weirs, sorry, backing track a minute, about the Weirs Beach. I don't know if many of you remember, but last year, you know, I tried to bring up the idea of having a garbage can in there somewhere and even washrooms, and pretty much got shot down by most of the residents down there. So, you know, good luck to Councillor Gray in dealing with the beach issues. Anyway, can I have a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Gray, seconded by Councillor Donaldson. All in favor? Thanks, and good night, everybody.
Thanks. It's funny. Someone said.